A trip out to the West Coast in store for the Michigan Wolverines. We're chatting about it here with our DSP crew, along with Derek, Ian, and Ken. I am Hobie, and this team's looking pretty good so far this year. 4-1, their only slip up against an Oklahoma team that had a Heisman-level quarterback who's now injured right now.
Yeah, you know what I really like about Michigan? They're battle-tested in all the areas. I like to see a team battle-tested. They've been on the road to Oklahoma. They've been on the road to Nebraska. Two tough environments, and they didn't seem like the stage was too big for them, even though they've got a lot of really young players in key spots. So it's hard to know exactly what we're going to get from Michigan because it's still earlier in the season, but right now I think that they're vastly improved from last year.
You know what I was excited to see, what I have been excited to see the last couple of weeks? This is a Michigan team that runs the ball again. Yeah. They run the ball. They are playing Michigan football. We talk so much about Bryce Underwood all offseason, going into week one, and now they just run the ball, and they're playing Michigan football again, and I think that's why they're playing so well.
Great segue. I don't want to see them run the ball this weekend, actually. I want to see Bryce Underwood unleashed because every time that has happened this year for Michigan, that offense has been explosive. I feel like Wisconsin really kept them tamped down for most of the game last week. I want to see Michigan show up on the West Coast, bring everything, bring all the juice. It's just like I want to see an explosion of offense.
Another road game, though, for this team in a hostile environment. Granted, their one ranked opponent that they've had so far was Oklahoma. What do you think a game like this can do for their college football playoff hopes? Because those are clearly still on the table for this team.
I think if Michigan wins at USC, Michigan is going to the playoff because you look at the rest of the season. Because you look at the rest of the season, and there is no game like this one between now and Ohio State. Yeah. So if you win at USC, you should win at Michigan State. You should win at Maryland. So you're talking about going into that Ohio State game 10-1 with a really good road resume, and I don't even think a loss there could knock Michigan out.
I'm pretty disappointed USC lost this weekend because it would have been a really, really good game otherwise. I mean, it's still going to be a good game, but it just doesn't have that juice for Michigan with the win that it would have had USC stayed undefeated. But I do think that this is kind of that statement when you didn't beat Oklahoma and you haven't played anybody else, so you have to win this game to kind of have something on your resume that looks good, and then you roll the dice until Ohio State.
It's a huge opportunity for them. I mean, they're going in as underdogs, which I wasn't expecting. But you go in on the road as an underdog, huge spot for Bryce Underwood. He can. I'm telling you, man. This is the stage that you wanted him on. So let him go.
About a minute left. A certain team from the Eastern time zone went to the West Coast this last weekend. We all know what happened between Penn State and UCLA. Any pause that you have for Michigan making this big trip out west?
Well, Michigan's going early, so they're not going to let the same sort of set in going to the West Coast. And also, Michigan is going to have a very heavy presence out there in Los Angeles. So that isn't really a concern to me. What's a concern to me is, can the offense get going? Can it be a dual threat?
I think the most important thing to note and the biggest difference is that James Franklin doesn't coach Michigan. So
valid point.
I can confirm James Franklin, not the coach at Michigan. I'm not concerned about that.
No concerns at all from our DSP crew. And you can watch us every Monday at 2:30. We are streaming live on the Click on Detroit website, Local 4 Plus, and over on YouTube.